Guys, this is Downphoenix, and we're going to be checking out this new Sega cartridge I've got. It's the Everdrive MD. This is a flash cartridge, which means that you load up your favorite Sega Genesis games into this SD slot, which you can't see here, and you plug it in your Genesis and you play. It's really simple and easy to use. This cartridge I got from Amazon for about $44. It came with 800 Sega Genesis games, plus 400 Sega Master System games. And you do not need a power-based converter to play with this. It'll play just on a regular Sega Genesis system. I've got a Sega Genesis Model 1 that I'm going to be using to demonstrate this. So, I've got a Sega Genesis Model 1 I'm going to be using to demonstrate this, so let's check it out. Okay, now we've got it. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty getting it to come up, but we are in the game here. And so basically you get this short little menu: play game, select game, options, cheats, toolbox, which lets you do various things, of course. So if we go in the toolbox, this will give you some of your options to update the software on the device and so on, in case you need to ever do anything like that. Then we got cheats, so you can use your GG codes, for Game Genie. You just plug them right in. No need for a Game Genie unit separately. Options will give you some different modes you can use. You can also set Genesis 3 mode if, I don't know why you would, but it's here. Okay, and so now we'll go to select game. And this will take us to the menu of games we've got here. Sega Genesis ROMs are sorted out, number through Z. Same with Mega Drive, which Mega Drive's just the Japanese and European name for the system. So basically anything that's not North America will be in these folders. And then Sega Master System ROMs are here. So we're going to go ahead and check out a popular game that everybody loves. I don't know why this cart seems to have a little bit of a loud hum. I don't know if it's coming up in the camera or not. I'm turning my TV volume down just a little bit so we can get this sorted out here. So let's go ahead and we'll play a game everybody knows and loves, because it is the 20th anniversary after all. And that game is Sonic the Hedgehog. Here it is right here. So when you get ready to start the game, you just hit the start button on your Mega Drive. You don't want to hit A or anything like that, because it'll do this weird thing. So just hit start and you'll see this little screen here. It's going to free up the memory, load the ROM, and then you're good to go. Usually Sega Genesis games, they take anywhere from about 5 to 30 seconds to load. Master System's a bit quicker. Sometimes they only take a couple of seconds. Sometimes they can take up to 15. So the load times kind of suck a bit, but it looks and plays just like a regular Sonic game. It's looking really sharp here with my SCART to HDMI adapter. And this is the original Sonic, where you don't get the drop, spin, dash, or nothing. You just have jump and that's it. Which is quite archaic when you think about it by today's standards, but it plays just fine. Looks great. The sound could be a little bit better, but this is a Model 1 Genesis. It's not really the fault of the ROM cartridge, because the Model 1 Genesis only has stereo sound via the headphone jack, unless you modify it, of course. But yeah, this game looks really sharp. I wish I can actually do a direct capture, because this video quality on the camera is just not going to be good enough to really show off how good it looks on the SCART to HDMI. But Sonic looks and plays just like it should. My TV does have a thing where I can set the aspect ratio to be proper, so that it doesn't look all fat and shit like that, like it would on a modern TV typically. So yeah, the special stage went through just fine. So whenever you want to load a different game, you just shut your Sega Genesis off, and then give it a second, turn it back on. No reset, actually powering it off, because if you reset it, it'll just reload the game that you're in there. Alright, so here we are back in the menu, and I couldn't get a PAL game to actually come up. I tried Golden X3, it gave me a message saying that it's not supported for North and South America territories. So unfortunately that didn't work out. But we are going to go ahead and play a foreign game just to show you guys that this in fact does support various ROMs. I would assume that it would support the PAL games as long as your Sega Genesis is supported as such, is that your Sega Genesis has been modified to play those titles. Mine has not. I'm just using a standard stock Model 1 Genesis system. So we're going to go ahead and load up a Japanese game and play a game in Japanese, because why not? Watch it be some really complex RPG games so I have no clue what's going on. Okay, so it says soft mega. I guess it's running a little thing to allow the game to play properly here. April 1972, Far East. It's English so far. Okay. This looks like some kind of Afterburner type game, and it's got a weird looking blur there. But Caliber 50, whatever. Let's check it out. I never even heard of this game. I'm sure it's probably like a shmup game or something like that. No? Well, sort of. It's got a really weird thing where you rotate your character with the C button. And you use B to shoot, and he randomly throws grenades. I have no idea why he's doing that. Yeah, he's just randomly doing that. I have no idea why. I am using a 6-button controller, so I'm wondering if this is one of those games that might be funky with using a 6-button controller when it's only supposed to be 3-button. Looks nice and sharp. Looks good on this TV, with this SCART to HDMI adapter, of course. And, I don't know why this is a game that's only released in Japan, because it could have totally came out in the US, It seems like a totally American game. Or Europe even, could have came out in Britain or Germany or something. Well, maybe not Germany. They're usually pretty tight about video game violence, but I don't know, maybe they weren't so tight back in these days when it was just nice and simple stuff. But yeah, this seems like a pretty simple little game. I have no idea why this mechanic is the way it is. Like, you have to hold the A button to rotate your character or the C button, and that's just really stupid. I don't get why. That's just a dumb mechanic. Which probably explains why this game never got a sequel, I would imagine. Or at least if it did, it's not titled by Caliber 50. Camera just lagged there. Sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, this game kind of sucks, honestly. So let's check out another one. Let's go ahead and check out a Sega Master System game. Like I said, this game card does support Sega Master games just fine. No issues at all. So let's go ahead and check out... I don't know, you know what? There's always a good Sega Master System game that people love to play. I'm sure. I don't know what the game's called. Because the game library is so unknown here in the US. But the great thing about the Master System is that we do have a lot of European games. Again, I'm sure you have to have a master or system that supports the PAL format. That format. Let's try RoboCop versus the Terminator. I'm sure that's a game that never came out in the US for the Master System. It said Europe, so we're going to see if the ROM will dump correctly and if the game will play. So we'll just give it a moment. If so, it'll at least play. We'll find out. Okay, this one seems to be working just fine. It's coming up here. This game came out in 1993, so that's kind of cool. They also have a Sega Genesis one too, so I guess unless you're just nostalgic for this particular one, I guess, or if you're just curious, there's really no point to playing it. And I couldn't skip that at all. It was just stuck there. So it's got a pretty good rendition of Terminator. Or is it RoboCop? I can't tell. Whatever. Actually, it probably is RoboCop. But yeah, it looks like a classic little 8-bit game. I really literally can skip it. It's... Yeah, whatever. Let's do this. Okay. So the Master System games play a little weird because you don't use the A button at all, you use B and C. And it's basically the Sega's answer to the NES, in case you're not curious. Or in case you are curious, not curious. If you're not curious, you wouldn't want to know that information. But, yeah, essentially this is an 8-bit version of the game on the Genesis. It's got nice gory blood, just like the Genesis version. It seems pretty faithful, other than the fact that it's an 8-bit version. It's a little bit choppier, obviously not as good looking, but otherwise it plays a lot like the Genesis version, and that's pretty commendable, I guess, that they were still making games like this on the Master System in '93. Actually, if you're not aware, they've been supporting the Master System for like a long time. Like, Sega unofficially gave up on the system, or officially gave up on the system like, I think around 94 or 95, something like that. But they sold the rights to a company in Brazil, and they've been making Master System hardware and games for like 20 years after Sega gave up, basically. Like, I think they're still making Master System games over there. It's crazy. Like, I can only fathom someone buying a Master System game that's not a homebrew in 2015. That's a brand new game. That's just a wild idea. And I guess some people might think, well, that means I guess Sega technically won the 8-bit wars because their system lasted a lot longer. But for some reason, I can't fire my gun now. Okay, well, he's dead anyways. I guess it was a screen flicker. Projectiles weren't coming up. Whatever. Yeah, it plays just fine. That one's a European game that worked just fine. I have no idea why Golden X3 didn't work. So let's go ahead and check out a different Mega Drive game, see if we can get it to come up here. We got a French version of Sonic 3D Blast. We know that the French did not use NTSC, so let's see if this works. And this will also be a really good test of the system because this is one of the largest ROMs for the Sega Genesis as well. Sonic 3D Blast, one of the last games that came out officially for the Genesis, I think in '96 or something like that. So we'll see if it's able to get this ROM dumped and everything like that. This one's probably going to take a lot longer to load since it's a larger file size, so we're going to go ahead and skip ahead. So this was during the era where we had the... yeah, this one came up just fine. It has a really low-res FMV here. I have no idea why they thought this was a good idea to put on the Sega Genesis. This shitty-looking FMV, but it is what it is. The game itself looks great for a late Genesis game, so let's just go ahead and hop right into it. Sonic 3D Blast, everybody knows it's the Sonic game that everybody hates, right? But it's really not that bad of a game. It's just very loose controls. It's not as tight controlling as the Sonic games we're used to. But it's still a pretty fun game, I think. You just have to give it a chance. And this game looks really good on the SCART HDMI, of course. Very responsive as well. No issues there. I guess we gotta click our flickies there and get the little flicky. Attaches on you like a symbiote, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our little bubble shield here. This one's kind of like, you don't have to worry about speed quite as much in this game. You don't have like a time limit or nothing like that, so if that's something that you didn't like about Sonic games, you might actually want to give this one a try, because this one's a lot more chill-paced. And it's not like you have to constantly run fast and forward, like in a lot of Sonic games. You can kind of chill, take your time, kind of analyze the situation and get hit still, because you suck at the game. But, yeah, this one's kind of weird, like with the way it handles hits. You have to jump into the enemy. So, you want to go ahead and do a spin dash thingy. I don't know how. Yeah, there we go. So we can get in here, grab a shield thing. We got a cannon here we can hop into. Let's go ahead and do that. If we can't even jump into it, there we go. You got to actually hit the button. That's kind of weird. Hey, what's up, Knuckles? Are you just going to stand there and... Oh, okay, I gave Knuckles my rings for some reason. That's great. Good thing I won't get hit or anything like that, because I'm awesome at this game. Not. Okay. So, yeah, this is Sonic 3D Blast. Nothing you haven't seen before, right? I recommend it if you like Sonic games, and if not... but the reason you don't like it is because you don't like the fast pace, and maybe give it a try. And if you only like Sonic games because of the fast pace, then stay away from this one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check out just a couple more games, just to demonstrate this, of course. I'm trying to stick to popular games for the most part, so that we can see how well the cart handles it. Let's go ahead and we'll get into something else that I was fond of back in the day. So let's see here, Comic Zone. That's going to be a good one to try, especially since I've got the 6-button controller. So this will be a really good one, because Comic Zone does have special buttons for, 6-button controllers that you don't have with the 3-button. And actually, a long time ago, I did a video on IGN dispelling some crap about them saying, oh, it supports 6-button controllers for like the 360 version of the game, and it's like, it always supported it. You probably just never had a 6-button controller, dumbass. Okay, but anyways, here we are. It's saying Soft Mega again. I have no idea why it says that for some games, and for others it just goes straight into the load screen. I guess it just depends on the game, honestly. Okay, so we'll go to our options just to take a quick look, make sure everything's set up right. It does recognize automatically the 6-button controller, even though the one I have doesn't have the mode button, so that's really good. So custom, let's see, we want it to be block, I think. Okay, looks good, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, this is an awesome game, man, to look at, see how good the video quality is and things like that. I really like the cutscenes, man. This game has some awesome art and cutscenes. It's a real shame that we never got another Comic Zone. Like, just imagine how awesome it would be with today's technology. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and hop into this here. Okay. This is a game I haven't played in a long-ass time. It's a little tricky to play. I'm not going to lie there, but basically it's a classic beat-em-up style game. And, but, it's got some really great animation, and a lot of moves and things like that. Enemies are really tough. The combat's kind of more like a fighting game, because you can actually pull off maneuvers and things like that. It's not just like real basic button mashing. I mean, you can button mash and be somewhat successful, but sometimes you have to actually pull off the maneuvers. And this game gets ridiculously hard to play. You also have to mix up your hits, because the enemy will block quite often. So you have to kind of mix up the high and low attacks. Yeah. And you also get a little bit of multiple paths. So you can like take this path, for instance. I'll have these barrels I can punch to death. Don't know why I would do that, but we have to. And the thing that sucks is it takes your health when you attack these drums. So you're just kind of stuck. You have to lose health for no reason. But you can get a weapon, of course. I guess we can go ahead and just use our items since, well, yeah, just refill our health. Why not? Because we have no room for it anyways. So go ahead and kick this guy's butt here. We'll get our buddy Rat to help us out. He helps us out with puzzles, and he can also help with fighting the enemies too. But unfortunately, it counts as an item, so that's kind of annoying. And yes, you can do jump attacks and things like that as well. Okay, so obviously I have to get rid of something. So let's go ahead and get rid of the knife here. Nope. Okay, there we go. Nice. Now you probably will notice that there is a lot of kind of jitteriness with the water. That's because I'm playing on the SCART to HDMI, and it takes out the blending that you get from like composite videos. So this game isn't like the best looking game to do SCART on. Other than that, I mean, you do get the sharpness, but it does really hurt with these kinds of effects. I don't know, maybe this could just be a poor emulation too, because like, well, it's not really emulation, it's just playing off the flash card. There could be problems with this one, I'm thinking. Because there's a lot of slowdown here. There's not slowdown in the normal Genesis card. At least that I remember, I don't know. So anyways, that's Comic Zone. It's a good game. Okay, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We'll play one more Sega Master System game. One people might actually be familiar with, instead of just a random game that I picked out, which, oh wow, Earthworm Jim in Brazil. Okay, well, everybody knows Earthworm Jim. Let's check this out. I've got to see this. Well, like I said, Brazil, they're huge on the Master System market, so I guess it's not that surprising that they did a Master System port of Earthworm Jim. I'm really curious to see how it looks. So let's check it out here. That's in English, converted by Eurocom. Remember them. So this one came out, I guess, like a year after the actual game did. So normal, difficult, practice, I guess that's all we get. Just hit start. Oh, you know what? I just realized something here. Okay, no, I guess B button can work as start as well. Alright, so... okay, it's kind of Earthworm Jim-ish, I guess. Yeah, this is not a good port of it. Ha! Okay, let's play a real Earthworm Jim version. Let's play a Sega Genesis one that's actually good. That'll be a good one to do. So let's go ahead and check that out. I'm not very good at Earthworm Jim, I'll admit, so bear with me if I suck bad. This one's got one of the larger ROM sizes too, so it'll probably take a while to load up, so we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead for this one. Okay, so here we got Earthworm Jim. Alright, let's check out the options here. We got the controller options, of course. Jump, fire, whip, I like those control options. And this is our difficulty settings, of course. So let's just hit start and get in the game. So, much better sound than the Master System too, you know, without a doubt. But yeah, this is definitely one of the nicest looking Genesis 2D games. I would probably still say that Comic Zone's a better looking game in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. This one's probably a bit better on the animation front. Let's whip that cow, why not? Come on, cow. Forgot what you're supposed to actually do here. Are you supposed to just shoot the cow? No? Because I just wasted a bunch of bullets on it. Oh, you know what? That's what, yeah. Cow launched. Okay, I totally forgot how to play this game. Crazy. Alright, yeah. This is annoying me, game. Die, bird! These birds are just freaking annoying, man. I guess we have to go back up here, because we have to, get up there somehow. Ah, man. I'm just such an idiot. Oh, I gotta hold the button to bounce. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Really cool how you can climb ledges and whatnot. That's kind of cool. Crap. I can't bounce off those tires, I guess. I guess they're just part of the background. Yeah. So that's Earthworm Jim for you. It plays really good on this cart. Plays just like I remembered it. I just apparently forgot that I suck at it. Huh. But here we go. I guess we're going to go behind. Or nope, no, go forward. Foreground. Okay. And then I guess the debate can always rage on about whether the SNES or Genesis version's better. It's really tough to say. I think that the Genesis version probably has some better looking art style in it. But, you know, you can go either way. The SNES is definitely more colorful looking. So, it is what it is, you know, whatever your preference of music and stuff too. I really love the Genesis sound chip. It's awesome. When it's used correctly, that is, you know, because a lot of companies don't know how to do that right. Die, freaking dog. Okay, so that is the Everdrive MD. This is a really cheap flash cartridge you can get for your Sega Genesis with the games already loaded on here, but if you know what to do, you can also load them on yourself and add even more games potentially. It's got a 8 gig SD card that comes with it. And then it does have this SMS pause. I guess if you actually need a pause for a Sega Master System, there's a button for it. Which I have no idea why there's a button on the cartridge for that. Don't ask me. But yeah, that's all we've got for now. So thanks for checking out this little look at the Everdrive MD. So till then, Downphoenix out.